artist and dope artist, Young Dro. Young Dro, you still there? You better walk away. I see. How you
But
doing, man? Thank you for joining the call as well.
how you doing, brother?
We good, man. Any thoughts on this whole thing?
On what?
On the combo, were you able to catch in any of this or what?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, he had some great points, man. Some of those feelings that people have about young artists is they tend to put everybody in that bag. You know what I mean? And you might miss some great talent. I agree.
I mean, I look at even this record we're about to play with you and Ti. You know what I mean? It's not what they're playing in the mainstream today. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying? So, you know, I know we even had a call with the other day about strategizing, whatever, whatever. I feel like even that record can fit into the lane if this situation where it had a place to be heard in FM in adult contemporary hip hop type scenario. You know what I mean? How you feel about that?
I mean, at this particular record, I felt like um I was trying to reach a certain kind of people. You know what I mean? Like I ain't even really I wasn't even really tripping on the streets and what the street would think or do I need validation from a gangster or you know what I mean? If I could reach you then cool, but if I ain't trying to reach nobody that don't want to be reached at this point when dropping this I'm trying to touch bases with recovering addicts, people that made it through something. You feel what I'm saying? Rather that might be a gangster, it might be, but I don't got no set crowd that I was trying to figure out is this gonna fit. I actually was thanking God literally because what I've been through. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. And much respect. You still here. I know you've had a definitely a trying life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From a young age. You know what I mean? So much respect on just the mere fact that you're still here pushing, still
Mm-hmm.
doing your thing. Let's play this joint while we at it and it's fresh on the mind. Being that you gave us a little intro to the song. And again, thank you for joining the call, man. Young Joe in the building.
Thank you
Check
for
this one
having
out,
me.
y'all. Check this one out, y'all. Yes, sir. Joe, fire. You know what I mean? One of them ghetto hymns, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I know you and Ti have a long history together.
Mm.
Why now for the both of y'all?
Why now?
Y'all.
I've like what you mean? Why now? Like
As far as this record goes, you know what I mean? Like what spoke to you for this to drop now for you?
uh, well, me, I was actually the lyrics in the song are actually current, like with what I'm going through and what I've overcame, and I felt like using our platform to inform anybody that's struggling with addiction, anybody that because the fentanyl right now, man, is killing our brothers and sisters at an alarming rate. And for me to be there to survived it, I'll be remiss to not do something to push the envelope on recovery and what that looked like and being able to um be a voice, you know what I'm saying? Because we all dying from it, but who's speaking up about it? Who can school you on what it looked like to get help and go see to get therapy and stuff like that. And what better way to thank God than out loud? You know what I mean?
No, for real, for real. Shout out Ti in the building as well. Thank you for joining the call, Tip. Great song right there, man. Great message. Um, beyond just Dro, I know you would say kind of becoming a grandpa. You seeing things a little bit differently here today. Congratulations, by the way. I don't know if you're able to turn your mic on or not, but
Appreciate it.
song deep. You know what I mean? So, and I think especially like you said in this time of fentanyl, whatever that they talking about that shit is getting put like now in cigarettes and it's everywhere. You know what I mean? So, um, like I said, just going back to the idea of like why now, man. So, but much respect to you, Joe. Like I said, I know you've had a life to say the least.
Yeah.
So what would be your what do you think would be the strategy to get this out there, man? Because I know you said this is really just one of them records you guys pen and is meant to touch who it's supposed to touch, but I feel like this needs to be heard. You know what I mean? Probably by more people than they know. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
No, I'm just saying, like, what's the? I mean, do you guys have a goal as far as like pushing this to radio or doing anything
Oh,
with that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing, what we have been doing, like I've been doing a lot of things to push and support, the record, you know what I mean? And I've actually performed it in church. You feel what I'm saying? And at Jackson Memorial, you know what I mean? And if and things like this, I've been on the news called me one morning. I had to be at Channel 11. Where I was at Channel 11? Channel 11 at like 7:30, 8 in the morning, to get in. And I think I'm going back on the Portia Fox show to do another segment on it. So yeah, we want this. I want this on the airwaves. I want this to land in somebody because it's not. It makes sure that what I went through is not in vain. You know what I mean? It has, it has a purpose, it has a meaning, it has substance, and right now in today's music, I ain't knocking any of it. You feel me? But it's rarely a message behind something. You feel what I'm saying? And this has a message that, that can reach anybody, man. You not out here making it on your own, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to thank God for every move, waking up in the morning, being able to see your kids, you know what I mean? Because every situation can be worse. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, man. If you got a little bit of time, we got some people want to ask some questions, show some love, if that's cool.
I'm good, man.
Tap in, Swerve.
Oh shoot! Real quick, I see Ti down there. Shout out to Ti.
Yep. Shout out Tip. He was able to get the camera and the phone working.
All right. What's going
What's
on?
up, Swerve?
Ti, what's good?
How you doing? How you doing, King? What's happening? What's happening?
Joe, Tip, what's good? What's good? What's going on in Swerve? Apart from the background noise, I'm in the streets. I'm in New York. But I just want to say great record. You know what I'm saying? If you need support for a couple of gospel station networks, I am with Fleet DJs. We do have Fleet down there in the ATL area. We all over, but they do have a gospel station network. Anything I could do to help push the record, push the positivity, more for it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely should do a campaign, which you spoke on, Joe. You should definitely do a campaign around this. You know what I'm saying? And, do some type of commercial with the song being played. I also hear this song being played and probably a couple of films in the future. You know what I'm saying? Back. So it definitely has. I say it definitely has legs. It has legs. It could go far. Not just for now. The song can be played another 5 years, 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of records I know you already know. You and Tip know. Those are the type of records you want to do that outlive you. You don't want a today or tomorrow type record. That's cool. But shit, it's better to hear something that you can hear 10 years later, 20 years later, and still go. Saying I want to, salute you on that. Great record that y'all did and keep it going, man. Keep doing it. Don't worry, like you said, you did it from the heart. You ain't doing it just to get airplay on any and every radio. So I feel that when you said that. So keep doing it. Keep it up.
Thank you, brother.
Love and respect.
Miss
Right
Queen
on,
B,
right on,
Miss
man.
Queen B.
Pleasure.
Good evening. This is Queen out of Hartford, Connecticut, and I just want to salute you and Tip for this wonderful song. We got a lot of young kids, a lot of young and old folks are facing issues with drug use, and I am a DJ, and sometimes I will play some gospel music just to reach the young people. I don't care because they need to get it. And I think this is a song I played God did, and this is a song I'll play too in the club at the end of the night when they going home. Because sometimes they make, that's a time where they making certain decisions. But I just want to salute God for the song right here. And we have a lot of we definitely have a lot of young people that are facing issues like this. I just have a question for you all. I see gratitude and resilience, shape your lives and careers. How do you stay grounded despite the challenges that you rap about?
Tip.
Man, my family, I have to say, and of course, my faith. I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe in something bigger than yourself, to get you through the tough times. And you got to know that it take more than just you to make you who you are when you up high. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you have that, you can get through anything and maintain some solidarity. Hey, I'm shooting a movie, y'all. I'm about to set up for my next show. I'm directing the movie. I got to get out of here. Joe, hold it down, man. And love and respect, man. Thank y'all.
Here we go, folks. Picture.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off that and say the same thing. Like, what keeps me grounded is like I go to church every Sunday that I can go. If I'm not in church like throughout the week, I just watch. I'm a member of the Potter's House, TD Jakes. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm not at Jackson Memorial, that's in Atlanta, I'm online looking at the Potter's House. I look at Bishop Noel Jones, or I'm looking at Bishop Bronner. You feel me? And it keep me grounded, and it also speaks to me to let me know that just because I do hip hop, you feel me, that shouldn't be a disconnect from God either. You know what I mean? So it keeps me well rounded and grounded.
Thank you so much for taking my question, and keep going. Keep reaching the kids. They need it. Like a public service announcement right here.
Thank you.
With God. All right.
Holly Grove, Holly Grove.
DJ Holly Grove, Vice President of Core DJ. I just want to salute to you and everything, you've done in your career. And then this is a good record because, it's something that we actually need. We need more positivity in hip hop. And then, with all the artists that we lost from drug addiction, seriously, especially with Rich Homie, you know what I'm saying, just recently passed, like, we need more of this, and the youth need to get up on this, you know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever I can do to help press the record, I'm definitely going to shoot it to Tony Neal, and then, because, you're a talented individual, bro, you know what I'm saying? Since forever, I did. You know? So, keep doing your thing, bro. Much love to you and everything. Real talk.
Thank you, man. I want to say this, man. Like, a lot of people, they're gonna come with these boxes, and they're gonna come with where they think things should go. This is a gospel record, but Tip doesn't consider it one. Tip just think this is a good record. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to miss nobody that it can reach just saying that it's just for this genre. You feel me? Because it got two street cats on it. You feel what I'm saying? Two street cats with a perspective on God. You know what I'm saying? That just so happened to be blessed to be with a 13, 14, 15-time Grammy winner, Kurt Franklin, you know what I mean? In Sunday service. So it's don't, if you feeling it, don't hold back on spinning it, man. You feel me? Don't put us in a box. Don't put God in a box. Because God be everywhere all the time. You feel me? He's omniscient, just like I said in the rap. Omniscient and omnipresent. That means he's everywhere all the time.
Yes, sir. Now, you know what? So, kind of playing devil's advocate, I was going to say, you know what I mean? Like, how do you respond to the folks that they say they get mixed messages from you from early young Joe to maybe where you're at today? You know what I mean?
Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future.
There's your boy. That's good. That's the boy. There it is. David Lopez, what's happening, sir?
What's good? What's good, Joe? What's good, young Joe? I just want to congratulate you on, dealing with the substance abuse and just showing your vulnerable side to the community. I think a lot of men in hip hop, there's that machismo. You gotta, the fact that you overcame something with substance abuse and you're vulnerable enough to talk about it is an inspiration to many. And I think that our generation needs that. So thank you for creating that song. I do want to ask you, like, you have your faith, but or is there anybody who contributed to your support system, like to allow you to overcome this bout? And also, I've heard rumblings about you possibly working on an EP with T.I. called Drip, Dro, and Tip. If you could speak on that as well. Peace. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's I'm glad you asked that question. That's a good question. Um, when I went into the rehab, when I checked myself into the rehab, I had a support system and team before I left. And it's imperative that before you leave, you should have that, because when you come back, that's the most important time. Now, it took a lot for me to go because I was in denial, and I thought that just because I had money and was able to uh dress and drive cars and fly out of town and do shows, that I was considered an addict or a junkie, or you feel what I'm saying? But the fact was that that's exactly what I was. I was just a functioning one. You feel what I'm saying? Most people function while killing themselves. Most people can't. You feel what I'm saying? So before I left, I it was imperative that I knew I could come back to somebody that was gonna hold me accountable. You know what I mean? So my manager, Dr. Sierra L, played a big part in my recovery, because it was she was telling me about my legacy and what I was about to let my legacy be if I kept going that way, which almost happened. You feel what I'm saying? Like that Rich Homie Coin story was my story. You feel what I'm saying? I just
Right.
survived. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell you that the support system that you need to come home to, and to be honest with you, I got that from my manager, my role manager, and a couple of family members. A lot of my family members don't believe um where I'm at right now. You feel me? They waiting for me to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he gonna do it again. You feel what I'm saying? I can't harp on that, and I ain't tripping. You feel what I'm saying? Because some people, God didn't tell them what he told me. He told me what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got the message. And as far as the Draw and Tip project coming out, man, we've been having this project in the works. Right now, we're doing the PSC album with drummer, because we just want to touch back on something that we created, which is the Gangsta Grills. You know what I'm saying? We the first ones to do a Gangsta Grill, and that within itself is legendary right now. And so we all came back together, and we wanted to just show brotherhood, fellowship, and letting the youth see that the guys that started is still around, and we ain't all out. We didn't go against each other. We're not trying to sabotage each other online, and you know what I'm saying. So that's what we're doing with the PSC. And me and Tip was just always supposed to do what we're about to do now. You feel me? And I felt like, and then one day I was like, Dro and Tip, you take the T out, drop the so and so is drip, drop the O. You feel me? Drop my O and drop his T. That's drip.
Yeah, that's drippy. I like that, Dro. I just want to say, shout out to a big super shout out to your support system and your faith for keeping you lifted in prayer, bro. Or blessings to you.
Thank you, man. Love and respect.
Yeah. CC, what's that, Z?
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Dro for sure for showing up and doing this. And I really like the song also. I actually played it today at Hot 97
Mm.
at the music meeting to just show love. And it was one of two records I played. And I got a strong head nod from one particular DJ, which sort of made everybody else pay attention. So even in New York, real vibes is just real vibes.
Yeah.
So good job on translating the record and also being open enough to tell your story, because a lot of people didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And with music, you gotta cut through all of that. Some people don't read. Some people just, they get it through a song. So I think that's awesome as well. And we were talking about the fact that there is so much going on out here in this world. So we do need this level of balance as well. So I had two questions. Well, one of them was about the promotion, right? So I seen you doing some videos and stuff. That's dope. But are you planning on I guess not just shooting a video, but actually, I really like the concept of what y'all did with Trap Museum. Um, but I feel like young people would come out and party more, especially like Atlanta and parts of the South. They would go to a gospel, a younger but realer gospel event that more talks to them. Have you ever thought about doing that? And have you ever thought about, I mean, in the way you are, but being a preacher?
Um, yeah, you know what, man, my auntie, if she heard you say that, she'll be like, "I told you," um, like I've always thought, like when I was young, I used to act like a minister. I used to imitate Martin Luther King and sing in the choir and stuff like that. So where I'm at right now is not surprising, especially to my grandma. Um, but my ministry on what happened to me, I intend to give that. I intend to make myself available for for those appointments. I have did a Christian concert with 1K Few because I do have another gospel record with 1K Few. Um, it makes sense. It's called Trap Saying Hallelujah. Um, and I kind of like I flatlined that record, and it's a big record. You know, Zaytoven is a very close friend of mine, and Zaytoven played the drums every Sunday in church. You know what I'm saying? And one day we went to we had a concert in Atlanta. 1K Few and brought me out, man, and we praised like it was crazy how it was because it sounds like some real hip hop music. And if you're not careful, you'll be bobbing your head praising God and won't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Thinking you doing some trap stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the world draw on this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm well open to it. Like and before I did the 1K Few record, I got a record with Dietrich Haddon. You know what I mean? So this right here was just like what God was showing me in levels. But Dietrich Haddon is a big name. You feel me? I started off doing that. We got a song called "Run Out of Time" together, and it was about the gun violence and what was going on and how many people that we were losing to gun violence that were celebrities. So once I did that, I was like, God, what are you doing? Next thing you know, he sent me a young guy. 1K Few got to be like 20 something. So I went to the younger crowd, and then I tapped in right there. Then a couple months later, here come Sunday service and Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting bigger. I wouldn't deny anything that God requests of me. You know what I mean? I'm open for it.
Yeah, I just see like, sometimes it's a calling that we didn't see. And it just seems like it's natural. I saw somebody in the chat say your voice even sounds like a minister. Like, and I'm not trying to force nobody to do anything because I understand, but at the same time, some people are just called to something and it just works. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I ain't trying to force nobody to do nothing. It's just a question. My second thing was just thoughts or words on the passing of um Frankie Beverly today. I know he's a legacy artist. We all get touched by his music, but anything that you wanted to say on the passing of Frankie Beverly?
I mean, yes. I think that's an icon in music that is for all people. I mean, you can't get a barbecue started without dun, dun, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, and my aunties, my partner, even, that's something sad, and I hope to live to be like him, with the music that I'm going to put out as far as that, like my man was saying, that could be played 10, 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a goal. You know what I'm saying? That's a goal. We all do music nowadays, and it be for the times. You know what I'm saying? And you can hope, you should hope and pray that you can get a Frankie Beverly Mays song out there that can sustain you till you 77 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that you can go perform. You know what I mean? A lot of us are in an uproar about the Super Bowl of Lil Wayne, but I bet you Frankie Beverly could have held it down.
Facts, man. Yo, well, thank you, man, and keep doing your thing, bro. It's great. The level of balance, and the energy feels good, man. I just say, yo, ride with this, ride with
Yes,
it, brother.
yes. I appreciate it.
Head rush, you there?
I am here, sir. I had to go. I had to walk away for a second. Hold on, let me get this squared away. What's up? What's up with it, Joe? How you doing, my brother?
What's up? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. First and foremost, thank you for giving us your time and your story. Okay. Um, Salute to you for being able to, like you said, be vulnerable and tell everybody what's going on with you, and be the example for the kids and the adults. We was having this conversation yesterday about the importance of the song and the fact that you chose this route. Now that you're in the hot seat, my brother, it's time. It's go time. Like, we got to get out here and do the Dro and Friends, or Dro Presents. What was the title of your last concert you did? The inspirational concert. You want to do that? Like, get with the Reese Lachey's, the Lecrae, Miles Minnick, all of them, and jump on that and just start a whole wave, man. Go across the country, or city to city if you can. Because here's the thing: as a fan of your music, since you know what I'm saying, Purple Label, riding around Poker Beans and all of that, I've been a fan, right? So to hear this part of you is surprising to me, because it's like out of left field. You know what I mean? We used to young Dro that we used to, and then to hear that you have a story that that you have a downfall, and then you came out of it. It's inspirational to us, as well as the people that don't know you, that's getting to learn you now. So just being that example, my brother, is very heavy, and I feel like you stepped into your greatness, and it's time to just take off with it and run with it as best you can. This song is definitely good for suicide prevention, depression, substance abuse. All of that stuff is tied up into one umbrella. So for you to put on events, or even if you just coming in talking, showing up just to have a seminar to talk to the younger generation and artists, and overall, that's gonna mean a lot, and that's gonna give what you're doing wheels to continue to keep moving forward, because this is awesome. Like, it's beyond awesome. So salute, pat yourself on the back for that, sobriety, all of that, because it means a lot to me as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own issues. It is what So for you to be an example and show us that it can be done even on your level, you know what I'm saying, it gives other people in the position that's trying to come out the motivation to keep doing that. Like I said, that you giving people motivation to continue. You see what I'm saying? So one question I have about the song, I noticed you named it Thank God, right? So this isn't the first time that Tip jumped on a song that was like that. He actually has a song already called Thank God with 21 Savage. So what made you name your song Thank God as well?
I mean, because in prayer and what, you can never thank him enough. You feel what I'm saying? And I think we just went there without even thinking. You know what I mean? If because it's so much to be thankful for. You know what I mean? Like, when I get on my knees and I say my prayer, I give off 100 thank yous before I can even start saying what I really need. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can never thank him enough. You know what I mean?
That's the truth. They say if you had 10,000 tongues, you couldn't thank him enough, right?
You thank him enough.
Exactly. So that's good that you start off with the thank yous before you go into what you're asking for, because it shows that you got, you have that appreciation for what you didn't have, good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, salute to you on that, man. I definitely want to see you continue on this path. Working with Kirk Franklin, Dietrich Haddock. Dietrich Haddock, like you said, he's a very big deal. You know what I'm saying? So You working with some powerhouses that have big platforms, that have big voices. The folks in the churches listen to those folks. So I really want you to capitalize on it. And anything that we can do to help push the needle forward for you, I'm all ears, all hands on deck. Whatever the case is, man, let's get to it for real. Because
Thank you, brother. Love and respect.
yeah, because we don't get a lot of artists that have been in this game and that's been here, that's been through it and actually survived to tell us the story.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying?
You're right about that. That's what I preach. When I go around and I talk, I speak about. We have these challenges and these incredible testimonies about what we done been through, and then some of us just die with our story, and we never get a chance to tell it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm betting that Rich Homie had something to say that he couldn't just get out, that he took drugs for, and that's exactly what I used to do. I'll be going through something, and I'll be trying to get over this obstacle and get through this here and make it through this day, and sometimes I make it through. And you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, I get high one day and I die. And you never know what was wrong with me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody never got a chance to voice what I was going through and what I wanted to make it through. You know what I mean? So by me surviving, and it's a responsibility at this point. I'm obligated. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand what God asking me. Like, I'm gonna get my glory out of it, but you gotta be up here to tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how do you deal with survivor's remorse?
Like if it because well, that goes back to how much I want to tote on my own, how much I'm gonna tote on myself and what I'm gonna give to God. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things I feel sorry about, like, you know what I'm saying, why me type stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But when Rich Homie died, I was like, oh, I hated that that had to be an example, but it assured me that, you know what I mean, you have to step up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta step up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta keep moving forward. You feel what I'm saying? Or it gonna be you. If I right now, if I lose strength and courage and go back to where I came from, then that means it was in vain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't respect the fact that it was me. You know what I mean? So the remorse there would be like, oh, you felt bad for yourself, then you went and did yourself like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't on that.
Yes, sir. Well, salute to you again, man. It's DJ Hair Rush. Midwest signing off, brother. We gonna lock in.
Thank you, brother.
Sir. Yes, sir. Peace.
C Styles, your mic working?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Dro.
What up, gang?
My guy, what's going on, man?
I don't know. What's up with you?
Man, we go back since shoulder lean days, man. To walking past each other on the gas station on Hamilton Road and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, I know, you know what I'm saying? You always come through, and I appreciate your growth.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your growth, what you're going through, and what you're going to progress through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the growth and everything that you went through, because that makes you a better person at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through something in order to get somewhere.
Right.
So with that being said, I appreciate you for just still sticking in there, because you understand what longevity in this game means.
Yeah.
You understand what it means to be one of those guys that, like you just said, Frankie Beverly, still be around at 77 years old and still playing your records from 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And still playing it like it just came out.
Right.
Like, you know for a fact, you go up in the club and the DJ plays Shoulder Lean. How many motherfuckers in the club is gonna be sitting there singing the song word for word in 5-part harmony?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about growth and you understanding what it is. Hell, you're around T.I. he understands the whole logic of longevity.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't be around people that understand that longevity thing, man, it's hard to understand it. But if you're around people that are doing it, you know what I'm saying, you can understand it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then my question is, when you bring these joints to New Music Monday?
I'll be up there with it soon. My friend Najma just had a baby, man. She had just had her last day up there. I supposed to came yesterday, but I wasn't here. But I'll be in there next Monday if I have to be, if I'm here, you know what I'm saying? And as far as that longevity thing you was talking about, man, do you know, I remember being, I think I was Rocco's artist a long time ago. And you know, all rappers have this prayer, you know what I mean? Or anybody that runs into any kind of success, they have this prayer, you know, and this prayer consists of what you want out of whatever kind of venture that you're about to take on. So when I felt like, I was like, okay, God, I want to be this rapper, you know, I want to be an R&B singer, but we'll get back to that later. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like when I prayed to God, I asked him, I was like, I ain't really worried about no money or nothing. You know, and you know, I know I got the talent. I just ask you for longevity. And lo and behold, he granted me that. You know what I mean? However that looks, you know what I'm saying? And it's and I'm still ticking the day, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
Word. D-Rec, did you want to chime in?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, first of all, thank you, Digiwaxx and all the DJs for what you all are doing with this. This right here is inspiring. Young Dro, I heard the song and I was blown away by the song. I've been rocking with you for a long time, like everyone else. Radio is my background. Indianapolis, we mess with you hard in Indianapolis. So Big Worm and everybody out there had you at the club several times. But
Yeah.
To see the change, man, and the growth is very inspiring. And I thank you for sharing your story and this music. You know, I've never dealt with any kind of medication or pill addiction or drug addiction. However, I've dealt with depression even in radio, and it took for me to see someone else going through it to gain strength. So when I hear your story, I kind of relate because I know what it's like being on the bottom. And then redemption, I totally understand that. When I hear this song, I think about how other people can be inspired,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing, wow, if somebody like Young Dro can go through that and bounce back, I can be okay. I can bounce back. This type of music can save lives. One of the things I noticed when again, coming from radio, and I was part of the problem too, there's not a balance when it comes to music. Now, I do understand a lot of times it's entertainment and all, but I also think there needs to be some kind of balance in the messaging when it comes to music. So I think this is great. What I would love to do, if I can get the permission of Digiwaxx as well, I like to do an interview in digital form and spread this out to the trade magazines from the radio side, because I know they would eat your life story up and put that out overnight once they understand what this is and how it could change, in my opinion, how it could change the platform when it comes to radio with this song and to hear it coming from you. So with the blessing, I love to do that. And thank you for blessing us with your story and sharing that, because I know you'll save lives with that.
Thank you, brother. Love and respect, man.
Yes, sir, man. So look, Dro, thank you so much for coming on, man. Like I said, as you said before, not a lot of message and a majority of the music that's coming out. And you know, this definitely has a whole nother message in it. I think there's a lot of people that need to hear it. You mind me asking you, are you completely living a sober lifestyle today?
Yes, man. I'm 3 years clean. So when the song came out, I was on my 2 years about to run into my three. So that's why I was two there. So yeah, I'm 3 years clean. And it's it's a whole journey, man. I couldn't feel much better than I feel right now. The things that are in front of me are doable. Um, I'm showing up everywhere. I'm alive when I get there. I ain't just numb. You know what I mean? Trying to get out of my body or whatever, man. And I'm more attentive with my family, my kids, and the disconnect from the community has reconnected. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where a lot of us artists is. You know, we're great, and I just didn't want to be a great rapper anymore. You know what I'm saying? People like, oh, you can rap. You know what I'm saying? I wanted my legacy to read hero. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be a part of the community. I want to be a part of, steering and trying to help somebody, or at least I take one person. You feel what I'm saying? If I can just grab one, and because one person is very important to God and important to me too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a lifestyle paying it forward, no doubt. You know what I mean? So, like I said, even you bringing up Rich Homie Quan, fam, is like, it's a blessing. You was able to get out what you had to get out, that you're still here. Now you can use your gift to spread the message to other people, because unfortunately we lost him at 34. You know what I'm saying? So may he rest in peace, no doubt, man. And anyway, we can all help. I know everybody here feeling the song. You got DJs from all around the country, bro. So you take this around to different areas. I'm sure everybody wants to help. I know you come to the West Coast, man. I'm in. So let me know however whatever we can do. You know what I mean?
All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody, man, for giving it an ear. I appreciate y'all inviting me on, man. And man, hey, listen, man, let's push it forward. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you can do, we're thankful for it. And whatever I can do, man, let me know.
All right, 100%, man. Appreciate you. Stay strong in that fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a daily battle. You know that.
All right, baby. Y'all be good.
All right.